welcome you watching Business Today. This is Rasta Chopra, and for today the IPO of Pine Labs has been announced, and for that we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Amrish Rao, who is the CMD and CEO of Pine Labs. Thank you so much, Amrish, and first of all, many congratulations.
Thank you.
Finally the IPO has been announced. Let's start by talking about this IPO first, the valuation, what are the proceeds, what will you do with the proceeds, what will be the priorities for the companies of this IPO. Please make us understand.
Look, Pine Labs as a company has been focused in the fintech space. We've actually built out fintech capabilities and the technology platforms in that space over many years. We've gone from everything from an offline space to online to today being one of the market leaders when it comes to even the digital payments infrastructure in the country. We have now decided to go to an IPO. We have an IPO which is of size of about 3,900 crores, out of which we have a primary of about 2,080 crores odd, and the rest is largely related to OFS. We've actually mentioned out there that we will want to continue to invest into the business and grow our business both in India as well as globally, and that's where some of these proceeds will be put to use.
So you're targeting a big valuation around several billions of rupees. What are the specific growth and profitability metrics just to justify the business?
See, we've actually been growing as a company at almost 60% at the GTV level. In terms of the number of transactions, we've been growing at almost at about 50% on a year-on-year basis. And purely in terms of the number of merchants which have been coming on our platform, we've been growing at about 30% on a year-on-year basis. We've also worked extremely hard to increase our EBITDA profile, the adjusted EBITDA. In the latest quarter that we went out with, we were almost at a 20% adjusted EBITDA level. So a company which has been operating at about a 20% revenue growth, a 20% of adjusted EBITDA, we feel this is the valuation which is appropriate, and that's what we've gone out with.
So when you were giving the presentation, it was very informative, first of all. So you were also talking about your transactions have been increased quite a specific number of times. Can you paint a picture of how the transactions are growing, how much it is going, and going on, what are your expectations in terms of revenue, in terms of transactions? Basically, you're partnered with each and every big giants.
So all the top 5 banks in India are clients of ours. All the top 5 offline retailers in the country are our clients. We have the top 3 e-commerce companies, and the top 3 Q-commerce companies also are clients. We've also been diversifying our fintech portfolio, starting from the offline POS business to online, to bill payments, to installment payment services. Also, we are going global with our platform services. Because of that, we've been able to deliver this growth that I talked to you about at a GTV level, where we are growing at about 60%. All that augurs well for us in the company, because what we get is we get a validation that our products and services are extremely relevant and people are ready to pay for our products and services.
So on the other hand, I want to understand, like with the UPI and zero MDR payments reducing the POS income, so what will be your strategies going ahead?
See, the way you have to look at it is that we are a technology provider, and we make money on the technology that we provide both to merchants and banks and financial institutions. When you talk about the zero MDR, the MDR typically gets charged by the acquirer or the banks or financial institution. We tend not to play in that space. We rather focus on building out technologies, charging for our technology platforms, and that's why we have been a little bit away from what's been happening on the MDR space.
So Amrish, what will be your expansion plans per se? Like recently GFF happened in Mumbai. It is the biggest fintech fest, and we met there also with the Pine Lab team. So I want to know that there are so many players out in the market. So are you willing to expand your business outside of India, or are there any pipeline countries you want to target, or in India also you're creating a larger portfolio?
See, our focus has been on the side where we can increase our presence with the number of retailers and the number of banks and financial institutions that we partner with.
Okay.
Now, for doing that, both the retailers as well as the banks and financial institutions have their own unique requirements, which goes and fits into their own operating model. One of the examples that I like to give is we actually work with road traffic, institutions where in many states the police for road traffic actually uses our platforms and uses our technology services. But that's just one example wherein we've embedded ourselves into an existing business problem that client or that customer was facing. So we've taken an approach which says what is the business requirements, where does payments fit into those business requirements, build capabilities for that, and then effectively we are able to grow our business along with that client.
So India as an economy is a very strong and diversified market. So are you willing to apply for any NBFC license going forward?
No, one of the areas that we stayed away from is getting into the lending space. So if you look at our RHP, there is nothing on as far as lending is concerned. We purely stayed in the technology space. So no, we are not interested on the NBFC license.
Okay, so before I let you go, Amrish, we have a very short time duration for you to speak. We'll of course catch up when you are listing.
Thank you.
Then I will take an extra time. But before I let you go, just one last question: what will be your expectations in terms of growth, revenue, profitability, and going forward as a group, Pine Labs?
Let me summarize it in this way. We think that the fintech ecosystem in India is one of the best, and the fintech capabilities that you have and the building that we are doing in India is very, very unique. We also believe that this can be exported out. We want to be this company which is building world-class fintechs coming out of India. That's really our objective.
Well, so the fintech space and the Indian economy is a very diverse space, and Pine Labs is ready to get listed very, very soon. So yeah, we had a very lovely insights
Thank
from you,
you.
Amrish. Thank you so much for giving us time, and we will meet you very soon. And thank you so much
Thank
for
you
your
very
insights.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.